Hello, family, friends, and others again. Continuing with highlights of the ACA conference, I'd like to start with another quote from Reverend Dr. Harriet Walden on discernment. Her card from the virtual healing deck says, discernment is attuning to the Creator's voice, taking a moment to listen and be still. Our intuition serves as a inner GPS. With discernment, we heed its guidance, making choices aligned with that voice. Discernment and obedience often walk hand in hand, enhancing our journey. The affirmation for this card is, I embrace discernment, finding wisdom in stillness and aligning my choices with inner guidance. The point to this card and my reflection is we spend so much time engaging, discussing, judging opinions on people's personalities. And the word personality, ITY, pertains to the person. Very few of us listen to the divine self, the I am that I am, the inner voice that tells us which way to go. Because sometimes we're so clouded with the ego, which is the person, that we can't hear. So Reverend Walden's card is about being still so you can hear that voice of discernment. So in this video, I'd like to thank a special thanks and gratitude to Olatunji drummers, Sanga of the Valley, Sikiru Adepoju, two-time Grammy winner, and Gordy. These guys traveled with Babatunde Olatunji or Baba Michael Olatunji for anywhere 40 to 50 years, from Harlem to around the world. I had the opportunity to be Baba Olatunji's PR director for 5 years. It's how I met them. And I had the greater opportunity to have them perform at our 10th year annual conference. And as Sanga mentioned, it's hard to get us three together. Everyone's gotten older and we all live in different parts of the country and are doing different things. So I want you to look at this video along with Makeda. It also features Makeda Ebube doing her African movement specialization that she is creating, that you'll learn more about later this year, who also traveled with us and recently received the Queen of Wisdom Award. So this is a little of the action that took place during the conference in a tribute to Babatunde Olatunji. Thank you and have a wonderful day.
Hotep, I greet you in the name, in the words of our ancient ancestors from the land of Kemet. Hotep means peace. It also means truth. So I stand in front of you in the spirit of peace and truth, and I'm honored to do this libation. And I just want to just briefly just kind of let you know what libations are all about. Libations are a way of acknowledging that what is above is also below. Libations is a way of acknowledging that there is no real barrier between the past, present, and the future. Libations is a way of acknowledging that the spirit world is alive in the material world. And it is mainly a way of also acknowledging that we are not alone, that we are part of a continuum that has been very long, that's been over 6,000 years in terms of how far back our generation comes. And when we do a libation, it's a revolutionary act because we exist in a world that has long tried to deny that we had history. a world that has told us to traumatize our parents and our ancestors. A world that has told us that we just began with a sociological construct called race, and that is the dominant way that we are. And libations is a way of saying no. We give truth to the lie. We are a people of yesterday. We are a people of today. We are a people of tomorrow. And that our intergenerational presence can never be destroyed, despite the seasoning process, despite integration, despite colonialization, despite apartheid. None of those things can prevail because we are indeed our ancestors' wildest dreams. And by our actions, yes, 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 and applaud the ancestors, applaud us, because we have made a decision, even by being here at this day, in this moment, to resist the world of either or, to embrace the world of both and, to understand that we are, in fact, the healers that we have been waiting for. And so when we pour this libation, it's a revolutionary act. It is a reclaiming, a reaffirming, a reigniting. No, let me not just say let me say ra. It's a ra acquainting. It's a ra uniting. It's a ra union with that within us that is spiritual, that is powerful, that is divine. And so when we pour this libation, we're going to say ashe. And what ashe means is, let it be so. Yes, it's true. Ashe evokes the original AI, the original ancestral intelligence, and understands the power of words to manifest reality, understands the power of Heka. And so when we say ashe, we are calling upon our power to make everything we say be manifest in this world, so that it is good for African people. It is good for our children. It is good for those who came before us, and it is good for those who come after us. And we say, ashe, ashe, ashe. All right, we're calling the ancestors into the house, and particularly at this moment, I'd like to call some very particular ancestors. I want to say the name before I begin of Karimu White. I want to say the name of Mama Rojo. I want to say the name of Zakiya Stewart. I want to say the name of Vicki Williams. I want all those cultural bearers, all those people who laid a way for us to be here at this moment through their works here in the Northwest, cultivating deep study, cultivating deep thought. And we praise at this moment Dr. Orisade, who is continuing that charge, continuing the mandate for deep study, deep start, and for the evoking of the African Renaissance. And so, to the spirit of the, and I want to say, because this is intergenerational, all right, I am blessed to tell people, what is your name?
Sage.
Her name is Sage. How beautiful, sage. That spice that tempers everything, that brings out the richness, and that's what our next generations are. They are the spice to our life. All right, they are the taste in our mouth that lingers. And so I thank you, Sage. And so I'd like you to stand, pretty girl. All right, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour this water into this pot. Okay, all right, and you will hold it, because we are passing on. Water equals life. All right, life is the water. We are made of water. The earth is made of water. The universe is made of water. And so by pouring on the water, we give nourishment, not just to ourselves, but to our future generations, and honor to our past. And so, to the spirit of all of those named and unnamed who stood before us and stand beside us, we pour this libation and we say, ashe. To the original creator, whose name is not known, but is known in many places as Jehovah, as Yahweh, as the unspoken one, the hidden one. To the energy of the universe that we all possess, we say ashe. and to the energy of our forefathers and foremothers who created civilization, who created agriculture, who created astronomy, who created the 7 liberating arts, the 7 liberating arts of rhetoric, of grammar, of logic, of mathematics, of astronomy, of astrology, and music and mathematics. All right, to our ancestors who understood that the deep study of good speech was liberatory, we pour this libation and we say, Ashe. To our ancestors who were travelers, who were migrators, who moved out of Africa, who moved into Asia, who moved into Europe, who moved into North America, South America, who moved into all the continents of the world. And because they came from the black soil, because they came from melanin, they were able to recreate themselves and create civilizations like the Indus Valley, create civilizations like the Moorish Empire, create traditional civilization who knew that they were because we are. To those ancestors, we say Ashe. Ashe. To those ancestors who built great civilizations throughout Africa, where scholars came and studied and learned just like we are doing here. To those ancestors who created the great universities of Shanghai and Timbuktu, we say Ashe. And to those ancestors who were forcibly taken from their homeland, forcibly taken from the kingdoms that they created, and put on ships and were treated like chattel, and were turned from relationships that were member to member to relationships that were member to objects. To the ancestors who the colonizers tried to dehumanize, but who resisted, we say Ashe. To all the resistors of the African culture, to the Maroons, both on the continent and throughout the diaspora, to the people who jumped off the ships, the people who tore down the ships, to the people who in fact moved to the mountains and said, we will be sovereign, we will be free, and that the only thing worse than death is enslavement. To those ancestors who resisted, we say Ashe. And to those ancestors who were the children of those Maroons who came to this land, and because they were so rich in skills, because they were such good rice people, they were able to put rice industries throughout the South. To those ancestors that were so good with blacksmithing that they were able to leave symbols on the walls throughout the Americas, symbols of the Sankofa, reminding people even in their deepest dungeonship that they in fact had a divine mission, and that was to go back and fetch it and make the world more beautiful than before. We say Ashe. And to all those ancestors who created renaissances wherever they went, whether it was Renaissance in terms of the Harlem Renaissance, whether it was George Washington Carver who created a renaissance in terms of agriculture, to all of those, whether it was the women who were the original computers and helped us get to the moon and beyond, to all those ancestors who made a way out of no way, we say Ashe. And we would like at this point right now for you to call upon those ancestors who were healers for you, who were builders for you, who created community centers and community mindsets, to those ancestors whose shoulders you're standing on. Say their names. Say their names. Flash and Thelma Hardiman. Keep saying that. Yes, say their names. Call them here. Give them praise. Give them life. Yes, give them life. Give them life. Give them life. That is the power of the name, the power of Heka. When you mention their names, keep mentioning their names, because their spirits will come and their spirits will embolden us, and their spirits will let us make these dialogues that we have today cleaner, clearer, and more purposeful. Amen, 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 amen. And to the next generation, we say to you, we stand here today, and we will embody the words of the great Queen Hatshepsut when she said, I take as my sacred mission to restore that which is in ruin and make it more beautiful than before. And this is the promise that we give to this generation, that we will try to give them a world that's a little better than the one we founded. Ashe! 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 Ashe.
So I would like to say something that Baba says everywhere we go in this world. He says, repeat after Baba, not me. This is Baba talking.
Okay.
I am that I am. I am light. I am love. I am joy. I am beauty. I am peace. I am one with Mother Earth. I'm one with the Father and His universe. I am one with everyone within the reach of my voice. And in this togetherness, we ask the divine intelligence to eradicate all negatives from our words, from our hearts, from our mind, from our action. And so be it. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. And the biggest Ashe is Ashe Pupa. Power to the people.
Thank you, Sanga. Thank you, Sanga. The valley.
You're welcome.